Do you ever wonder why people worry too much, or work so hard to the point of burnout, or put themselves down so much and they feel that they're not good enough or have the imposter syndrome? Well, it's not what a lot of people talk about self-sabotage, because I believe as humans we've evolved to this point and everything in us, including the subconscious, is there to protect us. It has a positive purpose. So to really understand what's going on, we have to understand the parts of ourselves. And we all have different parts. You know, sometimes people say, well, part of me wants to go out dancing with you, but part of me wants to stay in bed and watch TV. Well, just like that, we have different parts in us that explain these other feelings and beliefs about ourselves. So today I'm going to do a little puppet show to show you this, demonstrate this. And remember, I'm not a professional ventriloquist, so my lips will be moving no matter who's talking. Here we go. I want you to meet the first part, the true self. Now, when you're born, we all have a true self. And this true self is curious, looks around, always interested in what's going on in the environment, is connected, connects with parents or siblings or friends, and loving and creative and calm and not self-conscious. These are all characteristics of the true self. So this is the one that will dance in the middle of the room when the cousins are there or the friends are there at 2 years old, when the hair is a mess and wearing 2 different socks on and doesn't care because it likes the music. You know what I mean. We all have those moments even in adulthood, but they come a lot more often in early childhood. So what happens to this playful, curious, true self? Well, if there's abuse, physical, emotional, sexual in the family, neglect, people not caring about us, or if we someone in the family or early childhood friends, teachers, early coaches, religious leaders, if we witness over and over and over again repetitively someone in anger or worries a lot, someone who criticizes you a lot, or even the opposite, has very high expectations of you, and there's a lot of pressure put on true self, well, the subconscious creates this, I call it the wounded little child. And the wounded little child feels very scared and ashamed and lonely, not good enough, and sometimes even unsafe. And when this goes on long enough, the subconscious cannot tolerate it anymore. So it creates these other parts I call the personal bodyguards in my system. And I'll show you 2 right now. Again, I wish I had extra hands, but I don't. So these 2 are the worrier, and I call this one the people pleaser. So these 2 are there to stand in front of the wounded little part and make sure no one sees a wounded little child. Because they too believe that it is vulnerable and weak and unloved and unliked. So they don't want anyone to see it, including yourself. So, often this happens in early childhood, sometimes later in childhood. Now let's say 20 years go by. Now, we have the true self, we have the, technical difficulties, we have the bodyguards, and we have the little child, wounded child. Which do you think after 20 years is loudest? Well, if you said the bodyguards, you'd be right. They're the loudest, not the strongest. The strongest is still the true self. But the true self's often pushed aside by the bodyguards because they're there to protect the vulnerable little child that they believe is who you are. And that's why these are not self-sabotaging behaviors. See, as a wounded little child, you are helpless against an explosive anger of a parent, or another parent that sulked until you please them, or bullying at school, or countless other wounds. See, as a reaction to these, This is where the bodyguards learn to worry or please other people or criticize yourself to make you better. These were rational responses as a child. Because these behaviors were repeated hundreds, no thousands of times, they became habits in adulthood. But they don't know who you are. Your job now is to tell them who you are, the true self, the adult, the strong one. Your job now is to manage these bodyguards for who they really are. Fearful childhood parts. So, what do you do as an adult? This could be in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. It could be 60s. It doesn't matter. They won't change because these are old conditioned habits. So as an adult, to get back in charge of who you are, of your life, it's important to wake up, true self, and then connect and work with these bodyguards. So let's see how that looks, shall we? So the first one would be the worrier. So it would be something like this. And hello there, worrier. Oh, what's wrong? Did I do something wrong? I did something wrong. No. I'm the true self. I'm waking up more and more, and I'm here to connect with you and appreciate you and work with you and nurture you. No. It was that mistake on the file, wasn't it? That presentation, the client didn't like it, did it? Really? Well, what if it was a mistake? Well, then that would be no good. That would be very bad. Because why? What would that mean about me? Well, that means that I failed. And if we failed, then you'd be a failure. Really? Yeah. Everyone knows that. If you fail, you're a failure. Well, listen, thank you for all your positive intent all these years. But if I can assure you that when I fail in life, I will not only be not a failure, that will help me do better and succeed in life. Well, that just makes no sense. Well, I know, but let me show you that. Would you, if I can assure you of that, would you pull back from me like maybe 20% of the time? I don't know, that's a little bit much. I can go with 15%. Okay, you pull back 15%, and I'll show you a different way to do it. Okay, but I think you're wrong. I know. I'll talk to you soon, worrier. And you're going to be talking to the worrier over and over again and connecting with it, if that's your lead part. Now let's look at another part. Let's look at the people pleaser. Hello, people pleaser. Oh, what can I do for you? No, you don't have to do anything for me. I'm going to be doing something for you now. I don't understand what you just said, but what can I do for you? Can I stay late? I'll work on the weekend. You need anything completed? Well, why do you want to do so much for me? Well, the only way I'm really going to get people like me or love is to do so much for them. Don't you know that? Well, there's other ways to do that too. Really? Yeah, if I can assure you that the most important people in my life will like me, and I, most important of all, will love me, if I can assure you that, where you pull back from me 20% of the time. That's really new stuff for me. I don't know about that. Okay. How about 10% of the time? Yeah, I could do that. Great. And I'll show you a different way to do things, but I'll be coming back and visiting you more, and you'll learn to trust me when I show you that I'm carrying through on my promise. Okay, I'll see you soon. And then you'll be working with the different parts, especially the lead 1 or 2 parts that are really triggering this old conditioned behavior. Now, when you do have these old behaviors like worry, anxiety, overwork, pleasing, burnout, you can present to doctors with those fears, those mental health problems like anxiety, depression, burnout, or even physical problems like chronic pain, headaches, back pain, stomach problems, bowel problems, and even heart disease and high blood pressure. See, these bodyguards, the mental health, can also affect the physical health in us. but often they come from old conditioned behaviors, which I represent in my system as these personal bodyguards. After they learn to trust the true self, even with its faults or its pleasing itself first, then you can go to the wounded little child. Well, wounded little child, I want to talk to you. What are you doing? What are you doing? I just want to talk to the wounded little child. No, we're standing in front of it. It's no one's. Well, you can trust me now. Remember, I'm the true self. I've worked with you for several weeks. Would you trust me more now? Well, our job is to protect it at all costs, the wounded little child. I'll tell you what, if I show any signs of hurting it in any way, you come in front of me and block me. Okay, we can do that. And then we want to talk wounded little child. Hello, wounded little child. Oh, what? What's going on? I'm sorry. No, you did nothing wrong. I'm here to protect you, take care of you, and love you as you are. No, I'm really ashamed of myself. Oh, can you leave me? Okay, I'm not going to come closer now. I know it's scary, but I'll be coming back every day. And I just want to tell you, I love you with all your strengths and weaknesses. The whole package I love. Well, you don't know me. Maybe if you knew me, you wouldn't say that. Well, I know you very well. You don't know me yet, but I'm true self. And I'll be coming back over and over again. And that's the key to do that. I'm going to issue a warning now. People with severe trauma in their past, please see a professional, mental health professional before you start connecting with this wounded little child, because that could be quite triggering. Thank you. So after true self connects with these bodyguards, personal bodyguards, they can actually worry that you won't need it. So it might look like this. So, oh, now I'm worried. You're not going to need me anymore. You're the strong one. You can take care of the wounded child yourself. Well, no, I'm going to need you. I don't get rid of any of my bodyguards. Really, what can I do? What would you need me for? Well, because you are so worried about every detail, what about you look over the contracts for me when I make a purchase of something, or before I make a purchase? Yeah, I could do that. I could also check your parachute before you jump out of a plane to make sure it's not your old backpack. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Great. All right. And the other bodyguards can take on their own positive purpose. It's okay to have all these bodyguards in your life. It's just that this is going to be a time when you, true self, start to manage them versus them controlling you. It's a world of difference. Now, when you lead your life out of true self, it doesn't mean you get rid of your problems. You'll still have problems. But the difference is you'll be following a new set of guidelines. You'll be living your life for more passion, doing what you love at work, choosing relationships that strengthen you, people who are more positive thinkers, people who are thinking of ideas and focusing on what they can do to help others. That's how you'll be confronting problems in that state, which is a lot better. You'll be going through life making mistakes and not believing that those mistakes and failures make you a failure. You'll be taking risks, small risks, in spite of your fears. And you'll be helping others too. You can still help others, but you'll be helping yourself first. It's a different kind of life when you move through life in your true self. So if you got anything out of this video, please leave a comment below and tell me in the comments if you want me to talk about anything else regarding emotional blocks or mindset or finding your true self direction or your dream career. But until next time, this is Sam Gerstein wishing you the more of your life out of your true self. Bye. Say bye, true self. Bye.